So it's been a couple weeks since my last video, and not much has happened. We're just pretty much in the prep stage, and I just didn't really have a lot to say. But now we're getting ready to head into the next stage. So today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about radical acceptance, and then I'd like to get you up to speed and tell you what's coming next. So radical acceptance is a DBT concept, and remember, DBT is the system of coping skills that I've been working on to, so that I can face my fears in a safe way, so that I have tools in my tool belt, so when that scary moment comes, I have things that I can do, that I've practiced, that that come to hand easily. Radical acceptance is a really tough one, though. It's kind of based on Eastern philosophies, but I think that the Western mind can really benefit from this concept as well. The idea is that pain and suffering are two different things. They're separate, and they don't necessarily have to go hand in hand. Pain is something that you experience, but it's not until you start struggling against it and you do the whole, you start asking, why me? Why is this happening? How could this ever happen to me? This is so unfair. It's that struggle against the pain that causes suffering. That's when we suffer, when we're having a really hard time. So the idea of radical acceptance is that if you can accept the pain that you're experiencing and acknowledge it, and then just live through it without fighting, without, just say, okay, this is not really where I want to be right now in my life. This is not super pleasant. I'm not having a good time. But this is what's happening right now. This is, and it's temporary, and I'm going to get through it, and I'm just going to let it happen and experience it without all the extra suffering. And this is something that I've practiced before, because I went to DBT group sessions, and we learned about it, and it's something that I've been working on for a long time. And it's something that I've had an opportunity to kind of practice with physical pain. I have chronic pain all over my body, and I've had an opportunity to practice experiencing the pain without allowing it to cripple me. Still going through my day and acknowledging that the pain is there, but just letting it kind of pass through me, and still being able to function and make decisions and enjoy myself even through this pain. So yeah, it's something that I was already familiar with, but since starting this therapy, it's kind of funny how I feel like I've actually been suffering less than I ever have in my life. Even though this is a really not fun therapy. Even now, I haven't even started the exposure part of it, and it's just really not fun. You have to talk about all the stuff you're scared of, and you have to talk about all the things that people did to you, and all those terrible things that happened that you never wanted to think about again. You have to go through them, and you have to rank them by hardest to easiest, and then you have to come up with ways to face them, which is the last thing you want to do on the planet. And you have to keep thinking about it. And I've finally gotten to the point where I'm kind of like I'm not even scared of this stuff anymore. I just want to let it go. Let's just be done with it. I'm so sick of digging up all my crap, all my past junk. Can I just live my life now? And yet, I know that I'm working towards something, and that has really helped me with the radical acceptance part. I know that it's going to be over, and I know that I'm going to accomplish something here. And so even though I've kind of gone into this part of my life where I've really cut out a lot of hobbies and social interactions and stuff, and I've just really been focusing on therapy, which is super not fun, there's a distinct lack of suffering. And I'm actually working as a cashier right now, and so I have to say hi and how are you and have a nice day to just a stream of people, you know, and that can be really tough when you're not feeling good inside. Well, it's tough for a lot of people even if you are feeling good inside, but when you just want to smash things, it sucks. And yet I'm not having as hard a time with that as I thought, because I'm not suffering. I'm not fighting. I mean, I'm facing these things, and I'm preparing to face them even more. And I'm just letting it happen. I'm letting myself feel all these really negative emotions, and I'm letting it be okay. I'm okay with it. I'm not judging myself. And I'm just accepting it. And it's been really, really cool to see how I can go through such a really tough part of my life. From the outside perspective, there's not a lot of good things going on right now, and there's not a lot of fun things going on right now. And just to see how, you know, I can get through something like this and still be okay. And still not, you know, suffer. I'm not suffering. So I just wanted to share that with you today, because it was kind of a recent realization that, oh wow, why do I feel like this is not the worst part of my entire life? And you know, all the rest of my life, I've been dealing with this PTSD. I have been suffering. My whole life, I've been suffering. And a prisoner to my past. You know, I've been suicidal most of my life that I can remember. It's just kind of ironic. I don't know. It's just kind of silly that this part of my life is one of the least terrible parts so far.